Peace Collective. Sorry, I'm waiting to see if this client's going to send me one last message. Maybe not. Okay. Peace Collective. I'm about to be doing you guys this reading for Collective Update. She did message me one more time. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm about to go live for Energy Update. I'm actually going to be talking about some of the energy shifts that are approaching. That is approaching, excuse me. Okay, there we go. That is approaching. Outside of that, I'm also going to be speaking about collective consciousness, maybe speaking about a little bit of New World Order, and I guess kind of freestyling this live, but not really because I got hella notes in front of me. I'm not going to wait for too many people to tap in. I know it's Monday. A lot of people are at work and doing their own thing. So yeah, just to start, I want to start talking about Mercury squaring Saturn, and that actually is going to be happening tomorrow with some of the terms that I'm getting ready to use, like Mercury squaring Saturn. You guys can look this up if you want to get a more in-depth detail about what this is. But we're going to call it an energy shift because I'm not about to keep speaking that. Anyways, on November 12th, which is tomorrow, we do have one of a pretty big major energy shift that is going to be approaching. And the only reason I wanted to talk about tomorrow's energy shift before I even get in today, which today is 11/11, is because with this energy shift, it could be causing a lot of confusion within the collective as far as their current chapter in their life, self-imposed thoughts, how they feel about themselves, etc. Now, with the energy shift that's going to be occurring tomorrow, keep in mind that Saturn is going to play a big part in this. Like I said before, Mercury is going to be squaring Saturn. So Saturn is, I say it all the time, Saturn is one of my favorite planets to research and talk about because it reminds me of the god of destruction from Dragon Ball, Beerus. Anyways, not suggesting Saturn's like the god of destruction, but Saturn does rule a lot of restrictions, discipline, etc., etc. Now, with Saturn squaring Mercury, this restriction can create a lot of different energies and emotions that you guys are going to be feeling throughout this week. Keep in mind, everybody's not going to be feeling the same emotions. Natal chart really does play a big part in this, your houses and your placements. But just speaking about some of the energies you guys can expect these next couple of weeks, I'm not going to lie, it has something to do with negative thinking, negative self-image, negative self-thought, maybe a little bit of pessimism as well. I do see that with Mercury squaring Saturn, this also could be causing worry, fear, apprehension, indecision, procrastination, sadness, and loneliness. Now, I know that does not sound pleasing. Keep in mind, this is astrology. This is not a reading. This is in the astrology charts. So I'm only explaining this because for some people, with it being in astrology, there's not really any way to avoid this energy. It's going to be important, especially the next 7 days, collective, that we make sure that we're not in impulsive energy and we are actually practicing impulsive control. And that's only because Saturn causing restrictions could also lead to a lot of mistakes and maybe even poor judgment. Now, keep in mind, this poor judgment may have something to do with you overspending your money. This poor judgment may have something to do with you reconciling or hanging out with people you know you shouldn't be. Again, I'm not suggesting you guys are going to be in poor judgment energy, but I am suggesting with this energy shift that's going to be occurring tomorrow, be on the lookout for sudden shifts when it comes to your mood and your emotions, sudden shift when it comes to impulsiveness and temptation, because again, that is literally the energy playing tricks on your mind. I did write down patience is going to be your power. Your power is going to be your patience. Patience is really going to get you through any pessimistic energy that you might be feeling. Patience is really going to get you through any worries, fears, or apprehensions, sadness, loneliness, whatever this energy is. Patience and self-awareness is what's really going to allow you guys to navigate through this energy without consuming this energy. Going back to self-awareness as well, make sure when you guys are feeling this energy, again, this is Mercury squaring Saturn tomorrow. When you guys are feeling this energy, make sure you're also paying attention to your actions, reactions, and responses. Like I said before, mistakes are more than likely to happen. Even if this mistake has something to do with you accidentally cussing somebody out, you accidentally raising your voice at your children, whatever may be deemed a mistake to you, just know that they may be bound to happen just due to the energies that we're under. Self accountability is really going to be important as well, because again, if we do find ourselves in this energy, or we find ourselves dealing with people in this energy, keep in mind, again, your actions, your responses, and your reactions is going to be on you. It's going to be important at this time that you guys, that we make sure that we're not placing blames on other people, but that we're navigating this energy with a me versus me mentality. Also, with this energy, Mercury squaring Saturn, this is going to be a pretty big one. But we are also in collective consciousness, learning how to accept other people's free will. Another way of saying this is like that mantra, or that saying, let them. So with Mercury squaring Saturn, the ancestors definitely want us to embody the let them mentality. So it's going to be important that you try not to control other people, try not to control other people's free wills, try not to be codependent on other people's free will, or you are going to have a very hard time navigating through this unpredictable energy, because people are going to be unpredictable, and the only thing you can control is yourself. Now, again, that is for the energy shift that is going to be taking place tomorrow for Mercury squaring Saturn. We do have a full moon in Taurus, November 15th. That same day of the full moon, we are also going to be going into the shadow effects of Mercury retrograde. Taurus is a fixed sign. If you guys know what fixed signs are, that means they're very stuck in their ways. Not talking about Taurus, the zodiac, although they resonate. I'm a Taurus moon. But with this full moon in Taurus, full moon really being for releasing and purging and just letting go of things that no longer serve us, I do see that it's just going to be important you guys are embodying the energy of self-discipline. Like I said before, shadow effects is going to be on the same day of the full moon. So if you guys find yourself with heightened emotions, maybe reminiscing about the past, just being vulnerable, this really is going to have something to do with the energy once again. The last energy shift I want to talk about, of course, is November 25th. That's the day Mercury actually goes retrograde, and we'll be in that retrograde energy for about 3-4 weeks. Now, I say all of this to say that it's going to be important that you guys are not carrying self-pity energy right now. This light is a little bright, ain't it? I'm always saying that. But it's going to be important you guys are not embodying self-pity energy right now. Like I said before, self-awareness is really going to get you through whatever sudden shifts, sudden emotions, emotional breakthroughs, or whatever it is that you may be going through. Self-awareness and patience is really going to get you through this. And like, I got one of the best advice, which is so simple, but since my homegirl told me this, I've really been practicing it. But when you find yourself in impulsive energy, or wanting to act impulsive, wanting to reach out to somebody impulsively, sleep on it. Make sure you guys are sleeping on things before you're just diving deep into it, because again, your judgment skills may be a little blurred and faded around this time. Now, if you guys have been watching my collective element lives, I have been talking about the North Node and South Node a lot. This is actually collective consciousness. This is not a part of astrology or even a part of the cards that I'm pulling. Just intuitive downloads I've been getting, especially after observing everything from the elections. With North Node and South Node, some of the information I'm about to give you is simply so you guys could go off and study your North Node and South Node, so you know how to navigate in 2025. What does the North and South Node explain, or a simplified explanation of North Node and South Node is simply path, purpose, and patterns. With your path, purpose, and patterns, these three play a major part in your destiny and who you will become 20, 30, 40 years from now. Your North Node represents your soul's mission. And like I was saying in the Element Collective Lives, not only is it a part of your soul's mission, it's also your higher self. If you guys decide to make that shift, I don't know whose life I was speaking in, and I'm trying not to get too much off topic, but I was speaking about how you can't serve two masters. And maybe I should have used a little better saying than that. But basically, not picking a side is picking a side. And this is the reason why I'm talking about this right now. As we're going through major shifts, as we're getting ready to go into 2025, I see that collective consciously, a lot of us are getting ready to get shifted into our North Node, which is once again our soul's mission, which is our higher self. It is our destiny. It is the greatest version of ourselves. Not saying that we're going to be the greatest version of ourselves next year and there's no more growing. No, you're just going to be at a level that you've never experienced yet this far. And this is where the metaphorical version of the rapture comes from. In my opinion, my ideology, I'm not here to whatever, but it's those who ascend to the 5D and those who are stuck in their vessel. Those who are stuck in their vessel, in a sense, are stuck in their South Node. South Node speaks about your past life, the lessons that you've already learned in your past lives, and pretty much all the comfort zones you're needing to leave in order for you guys to come into your North Node energy. Your South Node also speaks about your natural talents as well as your natural baggage that you carry in from your last lives. It's going to be important that you guys understand, you start to work on and research balancing the North Node and South Node. Although we are outgrowing our South Node and the goal is to be rooted in our North Node so we can receive higher frequency abundance, it's also important to honor your South Node and your past endeavors because that's the reason why you have the wisdom you do. So in a sense, that's like the most, it's not even complicated, but that's like a complicated version of explaining this. Simplified version, it's literally your higher self versus your lower self. And like I said before, how you can't serve two masters. I'm not talking about religion or spirituality. We're just talking about the angel and the demon on the shoulder and which one you're going to be listening to. Again, balance is going to be important. Again, because moving into North Node, I don't know why I feel like I have to over-explain this, but moving into your North Node does not mean that it's like the end-all, be-all, go. You have nothing else to work on. You're never going to make a mistake again. No, moving into a North Node is just speaking about a new phase you're coming into in your life, which just means that a lot of the struggles, stress, trauma, and repeated cycles that you've experienced since birth or childhood, you will no longer be experiencing that because you're no longer on your South Node journey. I hope I'm explaining this to a point that makes more sense. Again, I have no clue whose live I said it in. That's why I had to do a collective live. But in somebody's live, I was speaking about your natal chart and how, like, if you read your natal chart 4 or 5 years ago, a lot of shit may not have resonated versus if you was to read it today. That's because when we read our natal chart is not describing who we are right now. Our natal chart is describing who we're going to be growing into, which means that our natal chart talks about the past, the present, as well as the future. And it's going to be important around this time as you're going through your natal charts, your South Node or North Node, because that's how you attain it, that you guys are looking at your North Node with an open mind. Another thing about North Node and South Node, the only way to obtain your South Node is if you do know your time of birth. Your South Node and your ascendant sign is connected to your time of birth. If you do not have your time of birth, it is okay because your South Node is literally the opposite of your North Node. Like I was explaining in somebody's live yesterday, just me, for example, I'm a Libra North Node. I got Libra placement 3 times in my chart. With me being a Libra North Node, the polar opposite sign of Libra is Aries. So I'm an Aries South Node, which means that a lot of my past life lessons are rooted in the energy of Aries, not Aries the zodiac. Again, placements are important. Someone could be an Aries South Node and another person could be an Aries Venus and they have absolutely nothing in common. It's because placements really matter. More of story is, I do see, especially as far as today being 11/11, a lot of people wanting to manifest, creating our reality, creating our future. Like I always tell people, you don't know where you're going unless you know where you've been. So it's going to be important you guys get rooted in self-awareness. This is the best time for you guys to go over your natal charts, do thorough research when it comes to your North Node and your South Node, especially your South Node and the past lessons, past life lessons that you guys may still need to overcome in this future. Not only that, if you've been following me for years, there's one point in time I used to make posts and I gave it out to hundreds of people for free. You guys should know your life path number by now. I know I have a lot of new followers. I'll probably make another post. If you don't know your life path number, it's simply numerology where you add up your birthday till you get one single sum. I don't want to do a physical demonstration right now. I just don't. But I will make a post later on and do that. Also, a part of, okay, let me get my shit together. A part of the self-awareness for this cycle, knowing your natal chart, knowing your life path number, as well as your aura color. If you're not aware of what your aura color is, this is also going to be something big. I might do it for free because I gave out aura colors for free before, but it just be so many of y'all. So it's hard to do everybody's shit unless I do it on a post and just put it in the comments. But outside of that energy, the ancestors just want you guys to continue to gather more knowledge of self. Of course, when you hear about self-awareness and knowledge of self, people think about ancient history and Kemet and this, that, and the other, which is important and one of my favorite topics to talk about. But knowledge of self and self-awareness can be a little bit more closer to home than that. Knowledge of self, self-awareness, again, your natal chart, your life path number, your aura color, and then just going back to childhood trauma. Oh, that's another big thing I forgot to write about. Inner child and connecting with your inner child is going to be very, very intense energy during this Mercury retrograde. Although Mercury retrograde is going to be bringing back a lot of situations from the past, going back to the ancestors wanting you guys to carry a you versus you mentality, paying attention to your actions, your reactions, your responses, etc. After you guys maintain or start to master the you versus you mentality, the ancestors want you to use that mentality to heal yourself, which means, it's cause and effect. Like just mental health, like things that you've experienced or may have suffered from in your childhood, you're doing the math and seeing how it is showing in your adulthood, and then you're taking the time to heal it. You're taking the time to finally acknowledge it. I don't know. Let me pull some cards. All that information I gave you, for some people, they might think that's boring. But for others, that's like all shit that you guys could go off and research. Especially today, if you guys want to manifest, this will just help you with learning what to manifest. I know a lot of people want to manifest houses and cars and things like that. But truthfully, manifesting healing is one of the cheat codes to success. I don't know. I don't really even manifest. I like to put myself in alignment for stuff, but when I do manifest, I don't manifest money. I don't manifest opportunities. I don't manifest none of that shit. I manifest the knowledge, the skill sets, and the alignment for me to attain it on my own. So in a sense, since I'm big on self-awareness, by me being self-aware of like things that I've been through in my childhood that may affect me in my adulthood, I could be a little bit more detailed in my manifestations when it comes to healing, which again is essentially like a cheat sheet. But I don't know. Some people be so worried about manifesting money and shit, but it's important that you guys manifest. I didn't mean to grab this. It's important that you guys manifest or try to purge and release the self-sabotaging traits that you guys carry inside you. Manifest and release the healing that you just naturally need so you guys can finally be on the level that you're seeking to be on. All right, thank you, Most High Ancestors. I'm going to redo that. Thank you, Most High Ancestors, Spirits, that match my intentions, for allowing me to get these messages out to the collective. I'm actually going to start with these cards. What does the collective need to know as far as their energy update? All right, so to start the reading, collective, I do see the first card that is coming out for you guys' message is compassion. And with this compassion, I feel like the ancestors are wanting you guys to have a little bit more compassion with yourself. A little bit more compassion when it comes to this journey that you guys are walking on. Like I always say, you guys may not be where you want to be, but it's important that you acknowledge that you're not where you used to be either. And if this compassion comes from like a cycle of you guys beating yourself up, or again, maybe poor judgment skills, mistakes, whatever the case is, it's going to be important that you guys still gift yourself with compassions and understand that it was a learning experience. I do have a confirmation for a cord cutting here. So again, today is 11/11. If you guys are experiencing soul ties or whatever it is you think you're going through, it would be wise to do some type of cord cutting or severing the ties today and gaining your freedom back from bondage. Yeah. Ooh. After that, I got Earth Star activation and angelic frequency. EC's energy is here. Angels are here. You are safe and potent connection. So again, going back to some type of cord cutting, there's something you're getting ready to cut out your life, collective, and you're a little nervous about what the outcome's going to be. Where if this is romantic, where if this is drinking, this is smoking, this is just leaving an old lifestyle behind, an environment behind. Maybe you're just going through a full-out change when it comes to your mind, body, and soul. And you may be a little bit nervous about this change and transformation that you guys are going to be going through. Maybe you're nervous about, I don't know, how you're going to date again, meeting new people, meeting new friends. Whatever this energy is, I do see that the ancestors want to reassure you that you have their support and you're safe to go through with this transformation and change. You're safe, and it's okay for you guys to go ahead and take a leap of faith for some type of risk. You guys are in the process of being divinely guided right now. And since you guys are in the process of being divinely guided, it's going to be important you start to tune out the voices around you that may be drowning out your inner voice. Another way of saying this is make sure you guys aren't surrounding yourself around too many opinions, because the ancestors is aligning you with your next steps. I do see that the next card out is seek the light of knowledge, illuminate your path. That goes back to what I was saying in the astrology. Knowledge of self. But this knowledge of self is not like some super complicated ass history lesson of where you need to learn your roots from and which God is real and which God is not real. I mean, you can embark that journey again. I fucking love that journey, but everybody doesn't need that to ascend to the next level. With the seek the night of knowledge, this is just going back to you looking at yourself as a study guide, going into your natal charts, refreshing your brain when it comes to your life path number, as well as your soul's mission. I see that some of you guys could be short-tempered, or you might find yourself short-tempered, frustrated, irritated. I call this energy kicking the cat. And this just leads to some type of suppression. Suppression leads to depression. So there's definitely something here, collective, that you guys could be holding inside. Where if this is just you guys just becoming spiteful when it comes to this journey and this uphill battle. Maybe this is frustration that you have to cut off somebody that you really wanted to work it out with. Again, this could go back to friends, family, co-workers, finances, whatever the case is. It's going to be important you guys come into the energy of serenity, accept the things that you can't change the things that you can, and learn the wisdom to know the difference. Not only will this help you with this hot tempered energy, this will also give you a clearer vision to the bigger picture of why certain things have to happen the way you desired it. Now, the next card I have out is flexibility. Find strength. What? Find strength in intangible situations where softness overcomes rigidity. Adapt to changes. Exhibit flexibility. I feel like the simplified version of this is let go of what you think it's supposed to look like and become open-minded to the changes that are coming your way. With this flexibility card, some of you guys could be stuck in your way on how you want to attain something. Or you may just be stuck on your ways when it comes to your future. You want your future to be a particular way, no matter what. But I see like the ancestors want you to become a little open-minded. Not suggesting that however you want to create your future, whatever it is you want to obtain, I'm not suggesting you guys won't reach that or get it. But it's like the ancestors need you to be a little bit more flexible, because whatever it is you're asking for requires you to be on a higher frequency. And if it requires you to be on a higher frequency, then always want to open new doors. Changes are going to have to be made. And this is where this hot, frustrated, tempered energy is. It's like you guys are resisting the changes you want to see in your life. It's like somebody, and this is just an example, but it's like somebody trying to manifest a healthier lifestyle, but consistently goes out and gets sloppy drunk every single weekend, or goes out and orders a whole bunch of food, or make big back a lifestyle. Like, you can't sit here and manifest what you want to obtain and then get mad because the ancestors are telling you to be flexible and it's time for you to do the groundwork. That's why they always say be careful what you ask for, because some of the shit that you ask for may require you to let go of things you're not ready to let go of. Trust me, I know. All right, what else does the collective need to know? I do see that over the next couple of weeks, collective, you guys are going to be awakening to your power. And this is going to look different for everyone. Some of you guys are awakening to your power after you have to put your foot down and speak your truth, speak your peace, or whatever this is. Others of you are just awakening to your power after healing from possibly an emotional cycle that you're coming out of. Whatever the case is, I'm not going to lie, collective, as we are getting ready to go through a collective consciousness shift from the north node, from the south node to the north node, I do see that there is a lot of elders, toxic people who are way too grown. It's giving me the vibes of, I don't even want to get off topic, ancestors, but it's just giving me the vibes of everything that's going on right now, the man versus woman shit. But last year or 2 years ago, it was black versus white. 3-4 years ago, it was the straights versus the trans. Like, every year is some type of division. But which the reason why they call it the Great Divide, as well as the metaphorical version of the rapture. But anyways, I see there's just some elders here, people that are supposed to look out for you, people who are supposed to give you unconditional love. If this is not like blood relation elders, these are just people that you look up to for support or guidance. It's like collectively, there's like I don't know, man. It's like how there's a like there's a shift with men and women. Women are starting to embody masculine energy, while women are starting to embody masculine energy, while men are embodying feminine energy. It's like the same with these elders and people who are supposed to be older than us, or they're just too grown to act the way they are. There's just going to be a very big notice of just people becoming very emotionally immature. And it's like, I don't know if you guys are dealing with like toxic mothers, fathers, grandparents. Again, this could be somebody else's parents. These could be aunts, uncles. I don't know. But I definitely see that there's an energy here that's going out their way to try to break you, distract you, or put you down. Whatever this is, if you're completely confused on why you continue to be targeted, it's because you guys are a powerhouse. You carry a very high spiritual rank, where if you're acknowledging this about yourself or not. And because of this, you have a light inside of you that irritates other people's demons. Vice versa, their demons irritate your spirit. And I see that if you are somebody, I don't know if you guys are like in a situation where some of you guys, because everybody's not going to resonate with this. I don't know if some of you guys are in a situation where you live with your elders, or like there's a roommate, or maybe you're thinking about moving back home. I don't know what this energy is. But I do see that when it comes to these people who are very emotionally immature, who refuse to hear you out, you guys are going to have to take action on this energy, and it may require you to take it one day at a time. When I say take action on this energy, it just means that you guys are going to have to draw the line in the sand and start to set boundaries with people who are causing more harm than good. I do see the ancestors are telling you guys this is a period for you to be silent. If you're being silent and just allow people to speak, especially under these energies, people are going to tell you exactly what their intentions are. Rev, this is friends, family, romance, whatever the case is. I do see that there's a divine masculine energy here. A man. If you're not a man, you could just be a masculine female. I don't know what this energy is. But when it comes to this divine masculine energy, the ancestors are telling you to stop comparing your success to people who rob, steal, or scam. People who gain abundance in malicious and malice ways do not experience longevity. And I actually see that some of the people that you guys are comparing your life to are going to be having a fall from grace in the public eye. I don't know who this is for, but I do see that you'll be evolving backwards if you're trying to compete, compare, or collaborate with people who are gaining finances or abundance in ways that are going to be gone within a second. There's no longevity or real security here. I don't know. I do see as of right now, collective, the ancestors want you guys, again, I keep seeing a period of silence. The ancestors want you guys to go into hermit mode. If not actually hermit mode, this will be the best time for you guys to surround yourself with people who view life the same as you, or people who can inspire you to elevate your life. I do see that others of you who are getting a little bit more rooted in your spirituality, getting rooted in your religion or your spiritual faith, I see that, yeah, there's some type of divine guidance here. Then the next card out is discovering a new world. So this could go a lot of ways. Again, some of you guys are getting rooted in your faith. You're getting rooted in your religion. And when it comes to meeting people who view life the same as you, maybe you guys are going to be meeting a soul tribe or something like that at church. Now, if you're spiritual, you don't go to church or anything like that, I do see that you guys are going to be experiencing new territory spiritually. So if you're like somebody who meditates, you're somebody who astral projects, or you're in the astral realm, you do all that in the spiritual realm, I do see around this time, especially around, I was going to say 12/12, but I see 12/22, December 22nd. I don't know, there may be vivid dreams and just a lot of spiritual stuff that's going on around this time. Whatever the case is, I just feel like somebody's reaching self-mastery. Christ consciousness. I don't know. Whatever this is, and I know I keep saying whatever this is, but it's because I'm getting a lot of heavy energy from this. You guys are going to, it goes back to knowledge of self. Okay, it makes sense. You guys, again, as you guys are spending time adding on to your knowledge of self, becoming a little bit more self-aware, researching your natal charts, moving from your south node to your north node. Do whatever it is that you do, especially if you're in a spiritual lifestyle, excuse me. Again, you guys are going to be opening new doors that's going to align you with new abundances. And the next card is clarity as you wish. Stay present. Truth emerges. Go with the flow. So the more you learn about yourself, the more clarity you're going to gain on who you're supposed to be in the future. I ain't gonna lie, I'm about ready to take this damn ponytail out. No, I know I dropped the card. You know what? Maybe I didn't. Alright, where was I at? Chakra reboot. Activate your heart chakra by choosing a new path on your walk or picking a book blindly. Reconnect with the power of nature. Master Manifester. So going back to knowledge of self, you guys opening a new door that's going to align you to higher abundances, discovering a new role. And I just feel like this new role has something to do with you guys reprogramming your mind, reprogramming your mentality. Things that you once used to believe, excuse me, you guys are becoming more open-minded to. And again, this card is giving me from South Node to North Node vibes. What card should I pull? Let's pull some of these, I guess. I should move this light a little bit. Alright. Alright. What else does the collective need to know, ancestors? Focus on your own journey and testimony. Both came out. So some of you guys may feel like your life is not as glamorous as other people's on social media. It's all fucking illusions, y'all. Nobody's life is glamorous every day. Some of you guys may feel like your life is not as glamorous. Your career choice is not as glamorous. Or maybe you feel like you're lacking support. Or again, you're just not where you want to be. Maybe you feel like things are a little slow-mo. Or again, there's just so many trials, tribulations, and doors you have to go through to unlock something. But as I always tell my clients, you're not just going through shit just to go through shit. This is a part of a testimony. And because of this, this is the reason why it's important that you focus on your own journey right now. And you're not comparing yourself to people who are individuals out of alignment. You're not comparing yourself to people who might have been on the journey 10 years before you ever started yours. The moral story is you guys have your own story to tell. You have your own book you could write. You have your own life, your own reality that you guys are in the process of creating. So it's going to be important. You don't get caught up in the fear of missing out. You don't get caught up in switching journeys, switching paths because that one looks more fun or abundant. Things that come easy don't last long. Things that last long will never come easy. And I feel like if you guys are seeking instant gratification, that may be the very reason why you sabotage this longevity. I see by the end of the month, collectively, a lot of you guys, again, a lot of you guys are going to be in some self-compassion energy. A lot of people are going to be rooted in unconditional self-love. I do see, again, the end of the month, there is going to be Mercury retrograde going on. Some truths from the past could be getting exposed. And whatever these hidden truths are, I feel like you guys are going to rediscover or even discover what self-respect really means. And you're just walking away from people, places, and things that don't value you the way you need to value yourself. I see that, I said it earlier, showing off illusions and fake ass lifestyles. This could be the hidden truths. I don't know who this is that I'm talking to, or again, if this is collective consciousness and the collective is just getting caught up in the fear of missing out, or they really feel like, and don't get me wrong, there is really people on social media that got their shit together. You can't dispute it, you can't deny it. But on the flip side, there's a lot of people who don't got it like they say they got it. And when they paint these illusions, it's making other people feel like they need to rush their process, or that they have some type of lack, or that there's some type of failure because these motherfuckers is showing off illusions. It's a fake ass lifestyle. And whatever this fake ass lifestyle is, I don't know. Ooh, I just heard the first will be last and the last will be first. So it's like you guys, and I spoke on divine masculine energy too, but again, this could be divine feminine energy, but it's like you guys have been working tooth and nail to obtain something the right way. And it's like when you look over and you're seeing everybody attaining everything it is you're trying to gain. I don't know, man. And this is where the self-respect card is. There's just certain shit you won't do. That's why I tell some of my clients, and it's no discriminating, but if you've been following me, you know me. You know my stance on shit. And it's just like women, that's like a bitch trying to laugh at me because I ain't got every color of a Coach bag. But for every bag she got is for every nigga and body she fucked. Like, you think you missing out on shit like, man, I wish I had as many shoes as her. You know she got to get fucked for that? Again, it's not talking shit or anything like that, but I really do be for the underground. I'm realistic. I'm a realist. Everybody knows I've been to the shelter, which means guess what? I took the free help. I took the resources. I called 211. Like, I'm not laying down on my back. And it's no laughing. It's no disrespect because, again, people move, react, invest, and do off their level of intelligence. If someone really thinks that's the only way they can make money, then that's how they really think. Me, on the other hand, I'm resourceful as fuck. I used to be in foster care. So I know how to use my resources. Moral story is, and I'm not trying to shame anybody. I know what generation we live in. I know what the oldest profession in the world is. And the thing that kills me is when we're like, well, you fucking for free. Yeah, I am, and it's great. It's fucking great, because at least I can enjoy it. You motherfucking right. But anyways, some of us actually like to enjoy it. We don't like to put prices on everything. Let me stop talking shit. But the only reason I'm talking shit is because something's going to transpire by the end of the month. Collective conscious, I don't know. The first will be last, the last will be first. And of course, everybody's obviously not prostituting. But again, some of you guys are literally over here beating yourself up for no reason, beating your inner child up, neglecting yourself because you're not where these fucking people are, or whatever the case is. But again, you're also not willing to do what the fuck they're doing to have what they got. Everything that's glitter is not gold, and that fear of missing out shit is real. You really think you're missing out on shit, and the whole time when you get behind the scenes and you see how everybody's gaining what they got, you would realize it was all illusions. All these people, oh, you could be a millionaire. Are you one though? I don't know. Again, there is some really good mentors on here. Mentors that I even support and share their posts. But there's also people out here who are having sugar daddies pay for everything and then turn around and making it seem like they obtained it and all you have to do is just work as hard as them and you can have the same thing. You're fucking for it. Like, it doesn't matter how hard I work. You're getting money within 30 minutes for each fucking body. I don't know. Just make sure you guys are not, and this is no disrespect. I know I said it multiple times, but y'all know I be talking sometimes too much. Anyways, I do see that outside of all of that showing off illusions, fake ass lifestyle, the first will be last, the last will be first. Good things that come easy don't last long. Things that last long will never come easy. Never getting out the matrix and being realistic about curating a future where we can retire from and live a decent life. You might not be a millionaire. I'm not going to sell you that fucking dream, but at least you're going to get out of your south node and be able to be rooted in your north node and live a financially free or stable life. I do see collectively, especially for my spiritual people who are doing readings or have some type of spiritual business, I have a confirmation that there's a lot of people that could be awakening up to new gifts. With you awakening up to new gifts is going to be important. Again, you guys go back to reading your natal charts, your life path numbers, doing whatever it is you need to do so you can have a better understanding of who you are and who you're meant to be. I do see that collective, the ancestors are suggesting with Mercury retrograde approaching, you do have two options, heal or stay wounded. If you choose to stay wounded, they're asking you, are you ready to repeat another cycle? I see that there's some humbling times for someone who may struggle to have self-discipline and self-control. No means no. So it's going to be important. If you've already cut somebody off, you stand on that. What's meant for you will come natural without confusion. Anything that's coming in confusing you is confusing you on purpose. There's mind games, manipulation, or some type of string along that's going on. Make sure you guys are not getting caught up in cycles that are playing on your mental health. I also see that the ancestors want someone to know worry and panic doesn't change an outcome. So I don't know if you guys, well, that goes back to the astrology. I don't know if you guys are going to find yourself in like some worry energy, frustrating energy, fearful energy, or if this is about deadlines or I don't know, whatever the case is. It's going to be important. You guys know all your needs are going to be met. All right, what else does the collective need to know as far as these collective messages? Jumbled thoughts. The mind can make a heaven. I hate this card. The mind can make a heaven of hell. The mind can make a heaven of hell, a hell of a heaven. Like shit, that's a tongue tie. Confusion, anxiety, and escape. So that goes back to the astrology I was speaking on earlier about self-imposed thoughts. It's really going to be you versus you, your reactions, your responses. Some of these things that you guys are experiencing, confusion, anxiety, wanting to practice escapism, this is all mentally. This is all mental health. I feel like somebody needs to release. Somebody needs to journal. Somebody needs to pray. Someone needs to have better high vibrational hygiene. So when you find yourself experiencing jumbled thoughts, self-imposed thoughts, negative self-image, negative self-doubt, you could be able to rule these energies out and say, it's all in my head. It's literally all in your head. And that's the thin line between spirituality and mental health, and the reason why I'm going to forever speak on mental health, because it's not until you master your mental health where you're going to be able to master your intuition. If you're just going out here mastering your intuition without, or going out here using your intuition without even acknowledging your mental health, yeah, you're going to confuse your intuition with anxiety. You're going to confuse your intuition with paranoia. You're going to confuse your intuition with insecurity. Why? Because we all need to fucking heal. And I be so sick and tired of seeing some of these readers talk about, oh, that's telepathy this, and you're that, and you're this. And like, they're just giving this free range spiritual vibes to one size fit all group of people. And spirituality is custom made, which means what may heal me may hinder you and vice versa. Which also means that for some people, it's a spiritual experience, and for other people, it's really mental health. Some people, it is clairvoyance. Other people, it's really schizophrenia. And yes, that's why I talk about the thin lines between mental health and spirituality, mental health and spiritual gifts, because it really is one and the same. It really is. I don't know any spiritualists. Well, I know a couple, but me personally, most spiritualists I know have mental illnesses, or, you know, they got fucked up ways about them. But it's just important that you guys don't get caught up in like these twin flame journeys and like these readers who profit off of selling you a dream that may never come true. I'm just saying. So it's going to be important for you, in order for you to really master your spiritual gifts, because I seen it here. Someone's awakening up to new gifts. But in order for you to master your gifts, you must master your mind. You must master, where the goddamn card at? You must master your mind. You must master your mental health. And most importantly, you must have such strong self-accountability. So even when you find yourself being biased, projecting, or judgmental, you could check yourself like, hold on, let me check myself. Let me take self-accountability. I'm projecting this energy because of this, but this is not the authenticity of the situation. Goes back to battle within, you versus you. The greatest war you wage is against yourself. Inner conflict and resolution. Both these cards have something to do with within. As within, so without. So without, as within. The moment you master your mental health, the moment you master your childhood trauma, the moment you are back reconnected with your inner child, that's when you will truly embody this energy. Because now you don't have to worry about insecurities and paranoia fucking with your intuition. You're able to pinpoint yourself, or pinpoint the energies you feel. I don't know, man. This is just my opinion, my ideology. There's a billion people out here doing their own goddamn thing with it. But I always wanted to practice spirituality in the most integrity-based way as possible. And plus, I mean, come on now. Shit gotta make sense to me. And that shit just makes sense to me. And I be talking about taboo conversations that most spiritualists I never see talk about. Okay, next two cards out. Mirror of reality. Reality mirrors not what you see, but what you understand. Reflect to perceive the real. Reflection brings clarity. And that goes back to what I was saying. Although this is talk about how you perceive reality, this also goes back to, again, comparing yourself to people who rob, steal, scam, or prostitute. I don't even want to touch bases on that again. But again, some people only understand or look at life from their experience, their perception, how they perceive life. So the shit that I'm saying to one person, they may deem impossible. Like, oh, that's all bullshit. That's this, that, and the other. Like, I gotta sell my body for this, that, and the other. And me on the flip side, I feel like that's impossible. Like, there are so many other ways to get around resources. I don't care if you have to do a run out the store, but I just will never find a reason or a struggle or poverty so intense to the point that I have to be penetrated to survive. It's just never going to happen. And I've been to the shelters. I've slept in cars. I've been to jail with $0 on my book. And it just never crossed my mind. Not because I'm better than anybody. It's because of the way I perceive reality. And I'm only using that as an example because everybody does not perceive reality the same. Everyone doesn't understand or comprehend life the same. And like the card says, reality mirrors not what we see, but what you understand. Reflect to perceive the real. Reflection brings clarity. I don't know. Just again, this is just an example because I got a lot of clients who are currently in the shelter. I got a lot of clients who are currently starting businesses, who are currently trying to get money for Christmas. I got a lot of clients that work their ass off. And then when they get on social media and you got motherfuckers painting illusions, make that shit seem so motherfucking easy. And even if it's not easy, for one, you never compare your success to other people because at the end of the day, you also don't know how hard somebody's worked for something. You don't know how easy something has came for somebody, and you also don't know how hard something was for someone. And because of that, this is why we don't judge other people's journeys. We don't compare our life to other people. What's the saying? Love the life you live and live the life you love. Making peace. In the midst of adversity lies the path to self-discovery, profound, genuine risk. This goes back to everything you're going through. You're not just going through just to go through. Embrace the void. Your true potential is waiting to be discovered. Emptiness, creative power. And then this card, shedding illusions. The first step is awareness. The second step is acceptance, reality, honesty, and self-love. I don't know. You guys are going to take this reading however it may resonate for you guys. I'm about to get off here soon, though. Start my day. My son's supposed to be coming back sometime today. My motherfucking dad thinks because my son is homeschooled, he could keep him whenever. And my son's 11, so I let him, but I bad, y'all. I don't know. Alright, let me finish this. Dice of Destiny. The dice rolls freely, but control over destiny remains in your daily choices. Shape your future with intent, not chances. And then the next card is Tempting Taste. Indulgence opens doors, moderation keeps it right. Indulge with care, enjoy forever. What else should I pull? Because I am about to get off here, y'all. I'm going to pull some financial cards and then I'm going to get off here. What does the collective need to know as far as financial advice? See, I love my ancestors. The first card that popped out. Spiritual work. Doing some inner work can help you get clear before you move on. You will get insight into what will work for you and best serve your needs. So this just goes back to doing the inner work, spiritual work. And this is giving me vibes of what? Knowledge of self, self-awareness. You need to go into your natal chart. You need to look up your South Node and North Node. You need to revisit your life path number. You need to research yourself. Do the inner work right now. Why did I put that there? Okay, anyways, next card is Law. Work you want may not be in reach now. You could take a temp position while awaiting for openings. Your new place offers job security. And that also goes back to what I said earlier, that some of you guys may feel like you don't have a glamorous lifestyle. You don't have a glamorous career. Your life is not as glamorous as the other lives you see on social media. But something's going to be secure for you. You're creating generational legacy. You're creating generational wealth. And you're not going to have to experience a fall from grace. Again, not saying that people who live glamorous lifestyles are going to experience a fall from grace. But I'm just saying those who are showing off illusions and faking their lifestyles and using those fake illusions and lifestyles, I don't know. I just see a fall from grace here. The first will be last and the last will be first. Last two cards, roll the dice. Time to put yourself out there. You are hiding your talents and it's time to take a risk to step into the spotlight. Last card, connections. Build bridges between people. Contact those who can help you. Your actions set you up for your next opportunity. Networking and meeting new people is going to be important. All right, collective. This concludes you guys' reading. Please like, share, comment, or follow. And until next time, guys, peace.